Hello, all my dear students. My name is Ajay Gulati, and welcome to Shri Jain's Rank Zone classes. Students, I am your friend and mentor for the mathematics portion. That is, we call as quantitative aptitude. Students, we will be discussing today the topic, as you can see on the screen, time, speed, and distance. So, dear students, this is our class number 4. Time, speed, distance, class 04. Okay, today we will be doing a varied variety of concepts, all different concepts, and taking previous year questions based on that concepts. So I'll try to wind up at least 3 to 4 concepts in this class. Maybe I'll wind up the chapter also, because previously we have done enormous from good sufficient amount of questions on the main basic core concepts. Now we will be doing a little bit of variations and formula based variations, so that you save your time by applying the formula, and I'll try to cover the entire gamut of the chapter. All possible sort of questions we will be doing today. Okay, so let's start. The shortcuts I'll be telling you, you will enjoy them very much. I walk a certain distance and ride back, taking a total time of 37 minutes. We'll be doing this question by two methods. First, I'll be telling you a normal method, then I'll be telling you a shortcut. I walk a certain distance. Let's say I walked from here to here and ride back, taking a total time of 37 minutes. Here I come like this, ride, taking a total time of 37 minutes. Okay, so this process takes 37 minutes. I could walk both ways in 55 minutes. How long would it take me to ride both ways? See, other thing is, I could walk both ways in 55 minutes. I went from here to here, and then I went from here to here. How much time did it take? 55 minutes. I could walk both ways. Walk. The time taken here is 55 minutes. Here it is 37 minutes. How long would it take me to ride both ways? How much time would it take me to ride both ways? Look, students, just give me a second. See, now what? First of all, if I solve this question by equation basis, see, time for walking plus time for riding is equal to how much? 37. Next, time for walking plus time for walking is equal to 55 minutes. This means twice the time for walking is 55 minutes. So time for walking will be how much? Single time for walking will be 55 by 2, or 27.5 minutes. Okay. This is the time for walking. So what will be the time for ride? Time for ride will be 37 minus time for walking, or that will be 37 minus 27.5. That will be 9.5. Now what am I being asked? What am I being asked? Time for ride plus time for ride. Okay, from here to here I go, then from here to here I go, so that is equal to 2 tr. What will be 2 tr, dear friends? It will be 2 into 9.5. That will give you 19 minutes. Do I have any such option? Yes. This is the normal way of doing this sort of these sort of questions. The next shortcut is, the moment I jump from here, I change the scenario from here to here. One walk, one walk. Let's say this walk is replaced by ride. This walk is replaced by ride. Both of these are walks. This particular walk is replaced by this ride. What's happening when this particular walk is replaced by ride? 57 is getting changed into 37, that is minus 18 minutes. Now what I need to do is, now here to here I go by, I take a ride, and while coming back also I take a ride. So when there are, this ride remains the same, this was the ride, this remains the same, but this walk is getting into converted into ride. So what happens when one walk gets converted into ride? There's a saving of 18 minutes. So here also there will be directly a saving of 18 minutes. 37 minus 18 will directly give you 19 minutes. I prefer this method, my dear students. Okay, I prefer this method. Let's take the next one. A man walks a certain distance and rides back in 4 or 30 minutes. Okay. A man, yeah, now it's fine, walks, I don't know what problem is going on, and rides back in 4 hours 30 minutes. He could ride both ways in 3 hours. Okay. He goes here by ride. He comes back by ride. How much time? 3 hours. So in this process, if this ride is getting converted into work, how much saving of the time is there? How much increment is the time? The time is increased by half hour, by 1.5 hour. The time required by the man to walk both ways is, so if he goes here and comes back by walk, I will show it to you again. See, both were rides. One ride is converted into walk. Time is increased by 1.5 hour. Now this ride is also converted into walk, so there will be plus 1.5 hour. 430 plus 1.5 is 6 hours. I'm sure it must be clear to all of you. Next one. You can try it. See, the question is Arihant goes someplace by walking and returns back by car. Total time is 6 hours 45 minutes. He would have gained 2 hours by driving both ways. That is, if he goes here by car and comes back by car, he would have gained 2 hours. Okay, he would have gained 2 hours means, see, this will be 4:45. Getting it, dear, 4:45. Here, there is a time of plus 2 hours. Gaining time means saving times. Okay, students. Instead of this, if he does this, he would save 2 hours. That is 6 hours 45 minutes reduced to 4 hours 45 minutes. Now, what happens is, how long would it have taken for him to walk both ways? That is, walk, again walk. So, when one car ride is changed into one walk, there is an addition of 2 hours. Here, this second car ride is also getting changed into walk, so there will be plus 2 hours. That will be 8 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, dear students, let's move ahead. Now, we will be moving on to a new concept. Let me search for an easy question first. Before I teach you the question, let me teach you the concept of this type of question. This is a new type of question now. The thing is, suppose I say there are two people who start from two different points. Let's say first a person comes from here to here. Okay. Second, a person comes from, let's say these are the points A and B. Okay. Now what happens is, just a second, I'm marking it differently so that you may be able to understand it easily. Let's say from here A comes, from here B comes. Let's say after they meet, they proceed to their respective directions. This is like this person goes to this point, okay, and this person goes to this point. This person continues to his respective journey. So now, see, they both start together. This, let's say this is a place X, this is a place Y. A start from X. This is the meeting point M, meeting point. After meeting, let's say A takes time T to reach his destination, and B takes the time TB. Red color denotes B. B takes the time to be TB. After meeting this point, A takes the time TA and B takes the time TB to reach their destinations. Then the ratio of speed of A upon the ratio of speed of B. This is a very examiner friendly question, paper setter friendly question. Paper setter love this, favorite question, not friendly, paper setter favorite question. This is asked in all the exams very frequently. So this is TB by A, okay? TB by TA. This is the formula. We will be taking these sort of questions after meeting. If the time taken by both the people reach the respective destination are TA and TB, then the speed of ratio is inverse under root of the time taken. Let's take the questions. A and B are traveling towards each other from the points P and Q respectively. After crossing each other, A takes 6 1 by 8 hours. See, it's like this. This person comes from here. After meeting, he goes here. He takes how much time? 6 1 by 8 hours. And 8 hours respectively. This fellow takes, let me change the color of the pen for a while. This fellow takes how much time? He goes here. After meeting at this point, he takes 8 hours. If the speed of B is 16.8, then the speed of A is C students. First of all, what is time taken by A? Time taken by A is 6 1 by 8. What is time taken by B? Time taken by B is 8 hours. What is the speed of A upon speed of B? That will be under the root TB by TA. Time taken by A is 49 by 8 hours. Okay. So this becomes what? 8 upon 49 by 8. That is, you can say 8 into 8 by 49. Speed of B by speed of A. Fine. This is 8. This is 7. Fine. This is your answer. 8 by 7 is the ratio of speed. Now, we are also told that the speed of B is 16.8. What did I write? This is AB. This is AB. So speed of A by 16.8 is equal to 8 by 7. I know 24 into 7 is 168. So this way, speed of A is 8 into 168 by 7, 10 here. So this is 8 into 24 by 10 or 8 into 2.4. 24 into 8 is actually 168 plus 24, that will be 192 by 10 or 19.2 kilometer per hour. This is the speed of the other person. A and B start moving towards each other from places X and Y. This is X, this is place Y. A starts from here, they meet. This B starts from here, they meet. Okay, A and B, they start from here, they start this way. From places X and Y at same time, the speed of A is 20% more than than the speed of B. After meeting on the way, A takes 2.5 hours, B takes X hours. Now speed of A upon speed of B as per the formula. This is TA, this is TB. So speed of A upon speed of B is TB by TA. What we are being told, A starts from X, meet B at this meeting point, proceeds towards this point. Finally, what it is 2.5 into TA. This he takes 2.5 hours, he takes X hours. This TA is 2.5, this TB is X. Speed of A upon speed of B is TB by TA. Let's put the values. TB is X hours, TA is 2.5 hours, but uh, the speed of A is 20% more than the speed of B. So that means this is 120, this is 100. If the speed of B is 100, then this becomes 120. So 1.2, or I can say 12 by 10, or maybe whatever way you like, is equal to X upon 2.5. You take the square. If you take the square, it becomes 144 by 100 is equal to X upon 2.5. So far clear? Now, what will be the value of X? X will be 144 into 5 by 2. This 2.5 comes over here, and 100. So 144, 140 into 5, 700. 4 into 5, 20. 720 by 200. 72 by 20. This will be 3.6 or 3 by 5 hours. This is the way you do these sort of questions. Let me take the next one. Next question. Two trains, Duronto and Rajdhani, start at the same time from station Delhi and Mumbai. This is Delhi. This is Mumbai. Towards each other. After passing each other, they take 12 hours and 3 hours to reach Mumbai and Delhi, respectively. Let's say they meet somewhere here. If this train goes here, this train goes here. This is the meeting point. The trains take 12 hours and 3 hours to reach Mumbai and Delhi, respectively. If the Duronto is moving, this is Duronto, Delhi and Mumbai. In Delhi, this from here, Duronto starts. From Mumbai, Rajdhani starts. The Duronto moving at a speed of 48. The speed of this Duronto is 48 kmph. Oh, the speed of Rajdhani is. So now speed of Duronto upon speed of Rajdhani. Duronto is the first train, so that will be what? Time of Rajdhani upon time of Duronto. What is the time of Rajdhani? The time taken by this Rajdhani train is 3 hours, and the time taken by this Duronto train is 12 hours. Speed of Duranto is 48. We have to tell the speed of Rajdhani. 48 by SR is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by 4, 1 by 2. This implies speed of Rajdhani is equal to 48 into 2 is equal to 96 kilometer per hour. Now we will be moving on to the next concept. The next concept is stoppage is on the way. Okay, dear students, stoppage is on the way. How to deal with this concept? I will show you few questions which you will find to be very easy, and generally you will solve them very quick pace at. A train without stoppage travels with an average speed of 72 km per hour, and when stoppage it travels with an average speed of 60 km per hour. For how many minutes does the train stop on an average per hour? See, very easy method. Look, without stoppage, let's say train covers 72 kilometer 72 kilometer in 60 minutes. This is without stoppage. Without stoppage, that is 72 kilometer in 60 minutes. So I can say 1.2 kilometer in 1 minute. Now, how much does the train travel? 60 kilometer. It travels with an average speed of 60 kilometer. For how many minutes does the train stop on average per hour? See, if I multiply this by 50, I multiply this by 50. 1.2 into 50 will be what? 60 kilometer, and just give me a second. Now it will be fine. Yeah. So this will be 50 minutes. So what's happening, dear students? The train is traveling 60 kilometer in 50 minutes. Okay, 72 kilometer in 60 minutes. 72 kilometer in 60 minutes. 60 kilometer in. So what is happening is, instead of 1 hour, it is traveling for 15 minutes. Therefore, train is stopping. The train can cover 72 kilometer in 60 minutes, but it's covering only 60 kilometer. It takes how much time to cover 60 kilometer? 50 minutes. So the train is stopping for 10 minutes per hour. Okay, dear students, let's move to the next one. A train without stoppage travel with an average speed of 70 kilometer per hour. See, 70 kilometer in 60 minutes. It travels with an average speed of 56 kilometer with stoppage. Okay, 70 kilometer in 60 minutes. That is, I can say 60 minutes, 70 kilometer, and 56. Look, 70 kilometer in how much time? 60 minutes. Now, 56 kilometer. How much time will it take to travel 56 kilometer at this speed? You multiply this by 4 by 5. Therefore, you multiply this also by 4 by 5. Therefore, it becomes 48 minutes. Fine. This becomes 48 minutes. So, what we can say? How many minutes does the train stop on an average per hour? Therefore, instead of 60 minutes, it is traveling for 48 minutes. Therefore, the train stops for 12 minutes per hour. This is your answer. Okay, next one. Can you do it, students? Without stoppage. It travels 80 kilometer. 80 kilometer in 60 minutes. It travels with an average speed of 64 kilometer per hour. With stoppage. Okay, if you multiply this by 4 by 5, you get 64 kilometer. You also multiply this by 4 by 5. So without at this same speed, okay, at this same speed, it will cover 64 kilometer in 48 minutes. So instead of 60 minutes, it has traveled 48 minutes. Therefore, rest or stoppage. This is how much? This is 60 minus 48 or 12 minutes. Fine. Next one. This we have done. Again, see, we'll wind up fast. 65 kilometer as per the question in 60 minutes. It travels at a speed of 52. So this is again 4/5. Why? This is 5 into 13. This is 4 into 13. So 4/5 of this is again 48. So again 12 minutes stoppage. Okay, dear students. This we have done. Now let's move to the next type of questions. Now the question we have is, dear students, a truck covers a certain distance of 384 kilometer. Okay, at a certain speed. If the speed is decreased, let's say there is a speed, there is a time. If the speed is decreased by 16 kilometer per hour, it will take 2 hours more. So time will be 2t plus 2. Fine, let's solve this first. How to solve dear student, these type of questions? We have a formula D is equal to S plus minus A divided by A into delta T. The distance is right now 384. Okay, distance is what? 384. Here what's happening? Let's say the original speed was S. What is the change in speed? A is what? A is change in speed. A is change in speed and delta T is change in time. Change in time. So as per the formula S, this is if speed is decreased by 16. So S minus 16 divided by 16, the change in time is 2. Okay, the change in time is 2. So far clear? Now you just have to solve this, and the better way of solving this is, look, 2 and 16 gives you a 8, so this is 384 into 8 is equal to S minus 16. Okay, dear students, now the best method is, see, these values are a little bit complex. What I'll do is, I know this is a number S. This S must be a multiple of at least any of these. Let's try from the option. Okay, if 75% of original speed is, we need to find the 75% of original speed. So maybe you can put options, or this is there. This is a difference of S minus 16. These are the two numbers which have a difference of 16. I just break this 384 as 384. How can I write this? This is 64 into 6, then it is 8. Now I think my things will become very easy. Is equal to S into S minus 16. See dear student, now what's happening is 64, 6 into 8 is what? 6 into 8 is 48. Now I don't need to calculate it. These were difficult values, but the thing is, this is S, this is S minus 16. So clearly your S is 64. Now what do you require? 75% of S. That will be what? 75% of S is 3 by 4 of 64. That is 48. Okay. Next question. I hope you have got this one. If you want, you can have a look at it. The distance between two stations is 116 kilometer. 1176. Okay. This D is 1176 kilometer. An express takes 5 hours less than passenger trains to cover the distance. Okay. If the speed of passenger train is, let's say first train speed is 70 kilometer per hour. Okay. This is fine. No problem. 70 kilometers slower than that express train, then find the time taken by the passenger train to complete this journey. Let's take SP, time of passenger train, speed of express train, time of express train. I start again. An express takes 5 hours less than the passenger train. So if the time of passenger train is T, then the time is T minus 5. Therefore, delta T is equal to 5. If the speed of the passenger train is 70, if this is 70 kilometers slower than the express train, okay, let's say its speed is S. Here the speed will be S plus 70. Okay, S plus 70. Clear, dear students? This is S plus 70. Now, as per the formula, D is equal to what? D is equal to S into S plus minus A. What is delta S? Speed change. This is 70. The difference between these two speeds is 70. And what is delta T? This delta T is 5. So far, clear? Everything clear to everyone? Okay. Two stations is 11676 kilometer. Okay. Now what do I have, dear students? If I cancel this with D is first of all 1176, and this is what? This is 14. 1176 into 14 is equal to S plus 70. Fine. I don't think there is any doubt in this. Then find the time taken by the passenger train to complete this journey. We have to time taken by the, we have to tell T. T we can find it, but right now let's find S first. Okay. उधर से उसको काटते हैं ना बेटा शुरू. Now 1176 into 14, this I'll write as 168 into 7 into 14 is equal to S into S plus 17. That is 168 into 98 is equal to S into S plus 70. So here your S comes out to be 98. This is S plus 70. So S is 98. Now we need to find what? We need to find the time of express train, time of passenger train. So time of passenger train will be distance by speed of passenger train. That is 1176 divided by what is the speed of passenger train? You just found out the speed of passenger train is 98. But the thing is, no problem. Let me write it. This is 98. See, this I can read as 1200 minus 24. This thing I can read as 1200 minus 24. 98 I can read as 100 minus 2. So if you multiply this by 12, you will get this. Therefore, time of passenger train is equal to 12 hours. This is your answer, my dear students. Okay. I hope everything is clear to you so far. Fine. Let's take the next question if there is any question left. Otherwise, I think I have done all the questions. Let me see what is the okay. I should increase the size a bit more. A takes 30 minutes more than B to cover a distance of 15 km at a certain speed. But if A doubles his speed, he takes 1 hour less than B to cover the same distance. What is the speed of B? See, dear students. So let's say there is a fellow B. He takes how much time? He takes T. Okay, now let's talk about A. Now let's talk about A. A takes T 30 minutes more than B to cover a distance of 15 km. Distance is 15 km. Fine. Let's say the speed of A is S. At a certain speed, let that certain speed is S. But if A doubles his speed, that is 2S. Doubles his speed, he takes 1 hour less than B. This is time of B is T. So 1 hour less than B is T minus 1. This is again new A. So what is happening, dear students? We have a formula, distance D is equal to S plus minus A upon A into delta T. See student, this is speed 1, this complete is speed 2. And this is the difference between the speed. What is the speed 1? Speed 1 is S. S plus minus A means speed 2. This is 2S. A, what is the change? What is the difference between these two speeds? This is again S into delta T. What is delta T? Change in time. See, in these two times, what is the difference? This is plus half. This is minus 1. This is 1.5 hours. That is 3 by 2 hours. This is equal to 15 kilometer. S and S cancel. 2 and 2 cancel. 3 and 15 cancel. 3 and 15 cancel to give you a 5. So this is S. Find S is equal to 5. What is the speed of B? Therefore, speed of, okay, yeah, the speed of, we have to find the speed of B, no problem. So first of all, let's talk about A. Time of A is, speed of A is, speed of A is 5. So time of A will be how much? That way, time of A will be 15 by 5, that is 3. So time of B will be, 2.5. Okay, so speed of P will be distance upon time, 15 upon 2.5. That will give you 6. That is option A is your answer. I hope it's clear to all of you. So fine, dear students, one more chapter completed. All the very best for your exams. Study well, study carefully, be very much devoted towards your studies. Don't waste any time here and there. I'll take your leave. Bye.